welcome to episode 38 of the AdoreKnit Podcast. I'm your host, Steph, also known as the Knitting Samurai, and there is a crinkle ball being batted around by my rambunctious kitten. So, how are you today? I know, it's a little bit early. Surprise! I had a mood, felt like recording. I feel like I've been doing stuff, not as much as I would like, but there's definitely things to show and share, so I thought I would do that. All right, so there's some acquisitions, there's a finished object, and then a boatload of whips, because I can't seem to stop casting on. So, where should we start? Oh, I can't sit on my feet like that. Okay, well, let's do finished objects first. So, my Desert Vista Dye Works November socks are indeed finished. Here they are. So this is, do I even remember? Norwegian Sea was the colorway. This is the heel toe do-si-do by Crazy Sock Lady Designs. They're a little bit stretched out because I've worn them. Yeah, love the pattern, love everything about these. So I did go up to a 72 stitch leg. Normally I knit a 64 on size zeros. I stayed on zeros, but I went up for the leg and they fit just fine. So these are done. Yay! And this makes my 11th pair for the year. So when I get to 12, I think I've earned a free skein. Well, no, I did earn a free skein, which I already got halfway through the year. What did I pick? Was it the Harry Potter color? It was a very bright color. I don't remember. It's somewhere in this house. Anyways, because you know there's yarn everywhere. It's just hard to be organized when there are little people in all of your spaces. Like this year, the Christmas presents, normally I squirrel them away in the den / studio, office, whatever, all those things, my space. But now Tristan's in there 24/7, it feels like. And so he's got a desk and a chair and like, there's no room. All the room is taken. The closet is packed to the gills. I've reworked all the bookshelves, all the closet space, like no place to hide things. So they're in the big shipping boxes, just kind of behind a chair in the living room. It's okay. It means I'm wrapping everything a lot faster than I normally would because I don't want to look at boxes in my house. So, okay. Oh, we just did a somersault. Azymondias, I'm talking about you. For December, for my Desert Vista Dye Works for December, we've got all the things going on. So, November was supposed to be my Christmas pair, and normally I knit the month before, like the month before the holiday, I'll knit it so that I can wear it during the holiday month, if that makes sense. So St. Patrick's Day I knit in February, you know, that type of stuff. Halloween I knit in September, and I wasn't even thinking when I pulled out the yarn I wanted to knit with for December. I was drawn to the green plaid, which is a Starbucks cups. She has a series, I believe. So this is one of them. They're Christmas themed. So I'm knitting 2 pairs of Christmas socks this year. Oh well. I did choose to do contrasting toes and heel. This is the pattern is Mahogany Run. That's another sock lady, Crazy Sock Lady design because I'm going for the pigskin party points. Yeah, what else do I have to say? Not much. I did 2 extra stitches in the top of the foot just so I could make sure I had the purl row on the outside of both left and right foot because that's one of those things that bugs me if it's not. So I did that. I subbed in a toe up heel, the Wendy Johnson heel I always do. So I did my increases. And then when it was time to do the turn, the back and forth little part of the heel, I switched over to the red color and worked my way up. So I'm on my way. And presto. All right, I've got boys back in the room. No more arguing. They're separate rooms. And I had Steve close the laundry room door so we can't hear the dryer. We still have the Zim crazy kitten with his crinkle ball, but I'm back. I think we can talk a little bit. So I was saying that stitch markers. I needed more stitch markers. And the ones that we make in the shop for size 1s, super tiny, easy to lose. And I made myself a set for Christmas that were, what are they? Burgundy and green, different shades of green. But I didn't have enough to mark off the pearls on front and back, only one side. So I went and found some of my hide and sheep stitch markers. These were my favorite stitch markers ever. Still probably are, if I could say that. So, there. That's where I'm at. Hi, Tristan. What's up, honey? That cat. Anyways, okay. That's over there. I have to watch him. Can't leave needles out. Can't leave yarn out. He will steal it. Okay, in this bag, while we continue the crazy sock lady love, last time I showed you, I have the first mitt done. This is the second mitt. I'm just gonna quickly show you my work on it. This is the Rainbow Connection fingerless mitts, but I'm making them fingered or handed. I'm making regular mittens, not mitts. And someday I'll get everything free. So I'm past the thumb. Oops, that's the wrong hand. I actually followed the thumb instructions for the left, which is great. That's always a challenge for me. I end up doing one side, not both. I mean, doing 2 rights or something. So here's the second one I've done since the reindeer. Up. So it's good. It's highly addictive. I worked on these Sunday during football, and I just wanted to keep going and going and going. But these don't have a deadline, and DVD socks do, and I have 2 other projects that are Advent related that I've been working on, and I have a couple Christmas gifts I added last minute. So I lied, I have one more finished object. I thought of it because its pattern has been in here. So these are the Twisty fingerless mitts by Kate Carter Evans. Sorry, Azymondias. Hope you can still see me. And I recorded a little bit about these earlier, so I'm just gonna put that in. But hi, I'm weaving in ends, and this is like the 4th or 5th day that I've spent more than an hour trying to figure out what I want to make with my Advents. Scrappy projects are not my thing, and after trying 4 different patterns, I've decided that, you know what, I don't have to try and keep up and open every day. It is what it is. I'm not good at doing Advents, and I really like making my hexes on my hexagon blanket, and so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna try and do a new blanket, because as much as I love the habitation throw or the bits and bobs, these long stripes, I know me that I don't want to knit that, so it's not going to work either. So this is my solution. I will just keep going and making hexes and call that good, and then I'm done. So I am weaving in the ends, none too well, but that's all right, well enough, on my fingerless mitts. So seriously, I pulled them out this morning because I wanted my size 3s to knit hexes with, and I needed to do the tubular cast off, bind off, and knit the 2 thumbs. So I sat down and I said, okay, before I take these needles, before I do anything else, I'm just gonna do that. So it's been about an hour, maybe an hour and a half, and they're done. So I now have 2 of them with thummies. Yes, they're not the same length. They never are. I don't know what it is about me and fingerless mitts or mittens. I can't seem to make them the same size to save my life. But there we go. These are the Twisty fingerless mitts. Can you see the cables? Yes. Look at that. Right up the hand, and then on the back side, it's got the cables, and then, oh look, I have a thumb hole, of course. It's not very big though. And then on the hand, it's just ribbing. So, there they are. Yay! I made them to run. So now it's time to go run since they're done. And then I will come back and knit a hacks for today. So, hope you're having a good one. Okay. So you saw the fingerless mitts. I don't know why I had to go grab them because I recorded something earlier, but there they are. Finished, done. I weighed them. I just need to enter them for imaginary points in the Pigskin Party Knit Along, which is hosted by Downseller Studios podcast. Jen, if you haven't taken part of it, you should. You should. I did the tubular bind off. I think I said this already. That's a pain in the butt to do, but it makes a really nice edge. So I like it. So those are done for running. I will have them. Last night we were on the couch and Zim was just climbing between Steve and I trying to find like a warm place to cuddle. I didn't have a sweater on. Usually I have sweaters. Yeah, I'm talking about you. And he'll like burrow in under a layer, and Steve said, why don't you knit him a sweater? So I went online and I found a pattern for a cat sweater, and I went into the yarn closet in the dark at 9 o'clock at night and felt into the worsted weight bin and just pulled out a skein. And so it happened to be a Cascade 220. I know I used this in a Tulip baby sweater. 220, is it hand paint? Prints? Something. It's very pretty. And I cast on and I got that much done in about an hour. So the needle size on these is 6s. The fingerless mitts were 7s and 3s. I forgot to tell you that. And socks are 0, always 0. So yeah, I don't really have much to say about it. He let me put it on him and he sat there with it on because I was getting ready to go to bed, and I thought, well, let's try it. So he was happy. We'll see if he'll wear it. I think it's kind of funny to put wool, lamb stuff. He's playing right by the tripod. Lamb stuff on a cat, but that's what I'm gonna do. So, and this is a yarn that I have no plans for, and if he gets a little bit chewy and goes after it, I won't be so upset about losing. So that was part of my, like, I'm not gonna pull something from a sweater's worth of yarn, but a single skein that I've already used for what it was bought for, fine, whatever. The next thing I have on my needles, I cast on, after we last spoke, I cast it on, I wanna say November 28th, Thanksgiving Day or the day before. The November challenge with the Pigskin Party Knit Along was to use some Fiber Nymph dye works, and I didn't have any on the needles, right? It had to be cast on during November. I do have the Scrabble socks, but they're a work in progress. So I grabbed this skein of DK Mountain Tweed, which I love this tweed. Can I just say that? It's beautiful and the yarn is wonderful to work with. I hand wound it because I was in a hurry, and I looked through my patterns that were in my queue, started at the top. What's a pattern that uses 200 yards? And the first one I found that I liked was this one. So this is the Empower People. It's supposed to be knit with a purple, so I'm not sure. This has no purple in it. Bad Stephanie. But I'm not making a political statement with it. I'm just knitting it because I wanted to have it, and I really love the way the stripes are going. So this is going to be a cowl. It's a free pattern, not giving anything away, so it'll be worn something like that. It can also be worn as a bandana, which is great. I wanted that. So yeah, my stripes are going to go from fat to thin to fat again. So, or maybe they won't go fat. No, I don't think they will go fat. I think they'll just continue to get thinner and thinner unless I do color management, which is possible because I'm me and I have a hard time letting things go when they're wrong. But I've done really good, can I say that? And I haven't cared or noticed about when the color change happens. So some rows, some colors have, you know, that line. You know what I mean when you're doing garter and the color changes. So really pretty. Need to get back to this. And these are chunky, so I want to say they're an 8, maybe they're a 9. Must be an 8. I can't read it. But they're bigger needles. All the details on this are on my project page on Ravelry. Let's talk about Advent. I told you last time about the Gnome for Imagine Landscapes, and I've really enjoyed this. This is my kind of Advent. Can I just say that? Like, I have fallen down every year. I try and do a yarn Advent, right? And I think one year I made it. I don't think I made it through the year I had all that wool miza. But yeah, I rarely make it to the 25th day. Like, I've never made it to the 25th day doing something each day with the yarns. But the pattern, that's the way to roll. There's another one I signed up for. I'll put the details right here. It's a worsted weight something. It's a mystery knit along. And you'll end up with an accessory for yourself at the end of the 12 days of Christmas. So it starts, I think, the 12th or the 13th. And I'm really excited to do that. This designer has done one. This is her 7th year. Sorry, I don't know her name. Yeah. Anyways, this is her 7th year doing this. So I looked back at the first 6 and I looked at a bunch of her designs, and then I ended up buying some patterns. Because she's got a great aesthetic. I really like it. So I'm excited that's gonna happen. But the Imagine Landscapes Gnome Along has been amazing. So pretty much every other day we're getting a clue. So you have 48 hours to knit each clue. Totally doable. Don't feel stressed out. Able to squeeze it in. I think the longest that it's taken me, maybe 2 hours. And yeah, I'm gonna show mine, so if you're participating or you bought the pattern or you're thinking about buying the pattern and you don't wanna be spoiled, look away. So, let's see. We have a little mustache. There's really not that much I can show about it. It's 5 clues, and there will be 14, so I'm a third of the way into this. So here's the beard mustache thing. There's the little nose. I should trim all the ends, but I had a hard time understanding this, and I did some things on the wrong side. It's knit as a very small piece, and I unraveled the loops the same night that I knit them, so this would be a straight beard. So I decided, after reading through and seeing where I made mistakes, that I would knit another one, and I would not unravel it so that it could be a crinkly beard, because I think that'll be cuter. So I'm gonna wait until, I should probably block this so that the crinkle really sets before I unravel it. But I'm gonna wait till I'm ready to attach this to the head, and then I'll uncrinkle it. So here's my hat. I was pretty sure we were working on a hat, and I need to block this too, because I like things blocked before they go on the head. They just makes the decreases look cleaner and nicer. So there you go. So this is a 4-color pattern. I've chosen 3 of my colors. I'm just choosing them as I go. And I was on the fence. Should it be a Christmas gnome? I already have my Christmas gnome, so I decided Valentine's gnome. So I pulled this skein of, I don't know what, I got it in a swap, but it's a very pretty, I'm gonna guess it's hand-dyed speckled yarn. So the most recent clue had us knit a little I-cord, and you can see how the colors are going along. Hopefully you can see. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun, and I've enjoyed it. And she has daily chatter threads, and she's sent recipes and fun little stories, and it's definitely worth the funds. So it gives me a little smile, and each morning when it comes, I'm like, ooh, what she sent today? And I can't wait to open my email. So the other Advent, okay, Sun Soaked Yarns. I purchased her Advent, and She did I want to say a 13-day, and then for S's and G's, she put up a listing for 25 and somebody bought it. And so I messaged her and I was like, oh man, are you really sold out? And she was like, that was a one-off. I said, well, can it be a two-off? So Jody did a 25-day one for me as well. I don't know if she did more after that, but I got a 25-day advent from her. So I've loved it, but I've only gotten through 4 days. And I mentioned this earlier, this has been total heartbreak along because I can't figure out what to do. So I started off working on a color block scarf, shawl, bought the pattern, started knitting the pattern, realized that it was not a good fit. It's garter stitch, and you add on kind of log cabin-esque, but it doesn't look like a log cabin. So I thought the different days and the different colors would be really cool. And then I realized I didn't want to put something this bright on my body, like wrapped up like that. It just wasn't me. So I ripped it back. And I'm gonna show one. Each skein is pretty hefty. I'm 18, 19 grams. So you could do quite a bit with what you get. And so I thought, well, okay. I tried a triangle scrap blanket, cast this on. Dancing Diamonds is the name of the pattern. And I did 2 at once. I did holding the yarn double on size 5s. And I really love the edges on these. But looking at the project pages, I liked the ones that were half one color and then the other half were all gray or something. And so I did stash diving. I don't have a blanket's worth. Okay, what can I buy more of that I already have? And then that kind of defeats the purpose of a scrappy blanket, and set that aside. Didn't like that. Didn't want to go there. So then I thought, okay, what about, I saw some cozy memory blankets, and I think Karen of, what's her name? Through the Loops, around Karen. Around the twist. Karen, anyways, had done one of these where it's 9 miters and then you edge it with a color. I thought, oh, that would be nice. And I could do each one of my 8. And then I can do Azymondias. No foot biting. That's just not nice. No arm biting either. Are you feeling playful? Are you? What was I saying? Oh, big boy, you're gonna lay down. So 9 squares, edge them. Okay. Yeah, for the edging color, I'd have to get something, but I don't have to have it right now. I can do 9 squares with my swap advent that I got from Tommy. I can do 9 squares with my sun-soaked yarns. I could do 9 squares with, I did 2 swaps in July, advent swaps. Haven't used them all up, haven't opened them. So, and I still have my fiber nymph from last year that I haven't finished all of. And every time I knit a hex with it for my hexagon blanket, he's just like a baby, I swear to God. Maybe a toddler. I need to, oh, what? Ugh. Every time I knit a hex, I've been wrapping the fiber nymph and saving them because I want to do a cowl because I'm not using a full, it must be 20 grams there as well. So, okay, the squares. Let's do the squares. So do the first one. I don't like the way it looks. Actually, this wasn't even the first one, but I did 2 at a time because, you know, and I started going with the pattern and I wanted to make sure I had a directional line down the middle. Can you see it? And so then I ended up changing the pattern a little bit because it had a double decrease stitch and that wasn't giving me the look I wanted, and so I messed with that for a while. My ends are super sloppy, my edges. I know they're not gonna show, but it really bugged me. And so then okay, let's try the next one. And so I did this. I don't like this either. And then I thought, you know, I think I just don't like the look of Scrappy garter. I think that's really my problem here. And I'm not using anywhere near, I gotta move. My feet are under attack. Yeah, I don't think I like the way Scrappy garter looks. And so I have the northeasterly pattern, but I remember banging my head on the wall when I knit that. So I spent another hour today looking, and I finally just said, knit what you like. So I like knitting hexes. So this was day 1 of my swap one, and I knit a hex with it. Only problem is my swap ones are 7 grams. I thought it was a 10-gram swap. And these hexes take like 8 or 9 grams. So I might have to work in some of my own scraps to make the swap ones work. I'll definitely have enough with the sun-soaked yarns from Jody, and my summer ones I have enough. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna work on this because this is what I like. I like the way it looks. I might, the other thing I thought about with these is I could just mix them. So, you know, day 1, go as far as I can with the swap one, and then when I'm done, it gets a different color center and leave it at that. So, but this is part of my hexagon blanket. I've got 8 million, it's like 7 feet long by 4 feet wide, and I need to add some more strips, more to the width, but I don't like holding the whole blanket on me when I knit, so I prefer to knit a strip and then connect the strip onto the side, you know? So I'll knit this, pick up over here, or have my one that's already going over here, and then knit a hex to join them. So, yeah, so that one's new. That one's new. I knit these this summer. I don't remember what they are. These were part of the swap from this summer. I love that one. And then this was one new from this swap. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give myself permission to do what I like. It took me a while to get there though. I probably wasted 15 hours of knitting time. I'm not even kidding. Just belly aching about this, knitting things, and that really bugs me. You might be like, yeah, whatever, 15 hours, that's no big deal. No, it really bugs me to not be productive. So, yeah, that's everything. The last thing I want to show you are my Black Friday acquisitions. So, I made 2 purchases. I'm only going to show you one this time. I'll save the other one for next time. Sim was getting into these. So Fiber Nymph Lisa was having a great sale. And I think it got better as the weekend went on. So I jumped in on Friday or Thursday, I don't know. But I got it by Monday? I got it really fast, like incredibly fast. So that was really nice because we're on the same coast, but I'm several states away. So I got a skein of Zest Wishes. Oh, like citrus, lime, orange, and lemon. Yes, that's what it is. In the, what does she call it? Bedazzled. So there is some stellina in this. And I thought these would make really pretty fall socks. So got that one. And I got a skein of, since I was loving the tweed so much, I did get a few more tweeds. I thought I would try her fingering weight mountain tweed. So this is a 8515 superwash BFL nylon nep yarn. And the colorway is Fabulous Fruits. So I think that's self-striping. Yep, 6 stripe self-striping. So it must be like raspberry, cranberry, strawberry, watermelon. Oh, I wonder if the nep, well, no, the neps would be everywhere. But I thought that was nice. I probably won't make socks out of that, just because I want it near me. I did get another skein of Mountain Tweed DK, and this is the colorway Merlot. Maybe this is the one I will use for that knit along. Either this one, or I have a skein of a really pretty champagne color in Bonafide base, which I really like that base as well. So squishy and beautifully dyed. And this one is bona fide. So this could also be an option. This is holly and pine. I couldn't resist. Four stripe self-striping yarn. And that's one of her Christmas ones for this year. I thought that would make a nice hat or something. And then lastly, I'm a sucker for blues. In her bounce base, I got On Frozen Pond. I don't know. It's a 3 stripe. I don't think I have this. But it's very pretty. So, those are my acquisitions. What else? What's been going on with us? Well, you can see the tree is up. We put it up Thanksgiving weekend, and then on Sunday, my family threw me a beautiful princess birthday party, and they got Disney princess decorations and castle decoration, I don't know, table decoration thing, and all the little princesses, and they got me a tiara that said birthday girl, and they made me a German chocolate cake with pink frosting that said happy birthday princess. They really spoiled me. It was nice. So, and it was nice because usually I'm in charge of birthdays, you know, for the 3 guys around here. So it was nice to have the boys go over and work with my mom to surprise me ahead of time. They made the cake on Saturday, and then Sunday they went over and decorated, or some combination thereof. So it was really nice. That happened, and yeah, it's basically a lot of Christmas prep around here. Yeah, so it's been a lot of Christmas prep around here, a lot of wrapping, as I said, when things come. Usually Steve and I don't wrap until the week before or the night before. So, been doing a lot of that and watching Christmas movies. We watched Christmas Chronicles, the second one, that was very cute. And we got Disney Plus. Don't hit it. So we've binged The Mandalorian, watched all the episodes. What are you doing?
They can't see you completely.
It's okay, they don't have to see me completely. Can they see my face?
No.
What? Have I recorded an entire podcast without my face showing?
Without your face showing.
That would be awful. What happens if I sit up like this? Does my face show?
Yes.
Okay, well, I just sat on my butt for a minute. No. Okay. So we're totally in love with The Mandalorian. I had to rework the listings for some of our marker sets in the shop because I made them without having watched the show, and now that I've watched the show, I can get a little more, I understand more of what the different things mean and what Beskar is, and I was calling it a water bottle, I think. No, it's Beskar. What else did I watch? I watched The Crown.
What Crown?
Season 4. Can you please move away? You're shaking it. Just move. Just all together move. Okay. I also watched The Crown season. I had like one left of season 3. I didn't realize that. And season 4. And I love Olivia Colman, or Ullman, whatever her last name is. She's amazing. And so I enjoy watching her and Tobias. I don't know his last name, but they're both really good actors. And I didn't watch the first 2 seasons of The Crown because I tried to watch it and I didn't like the characters. And so I skipped to the 3rd where I knew Olivia was, and I fell in love. I watched season 4. I was 17. Could you please go back to... He's fine. Leave him alone. I was a little girl when Princess Diana got married. I remember that, and I remember when she died, and I remember the in-between when everybody loved her. My mother and my aunts were completely in love with her. So I loved her, naturally. Watching the show, I despised the way they portrayed her. Oh my gosh. I was like, can we get her off the screen? We can't get her off the screen fast enough. So clearly the show had an agenda of leaning towards the royal family and showing them in a positive light. That's kind of what I walked away from it with, because Diana was so loved by the public and the royal family not as much when she was around. So, yeah. I'm glad next season we get a new bunch of actors, and I may or may not watch it. We'll see. So, yeah, I would give that like a 50-50. Season 3 is great. The rest of it I can't really vouch for or recommend, but yeah. What else have we been watching, Tristan?
The Queensman Chronicles.
We watched that, yeah. But anything else?
Mr. Toad and Mr. Bunky.
I've been also watching some podcasts, watching quite a bit of Vlogmas, which is probably what inspired me to record today. It's so pleasant watching them as like a celebration of the mundane, of the ordinary, of the everyday. It's like we don't often stop and take notice, you know? Usually it's, here are the highlights, here's what we're gonna celebrate, and you know, there's lots of medium time. It's not all peaks or valleys. Yeah, so lots of Vlogmas watching. I'm watching back episodes of Needles at the Ready. It took me a little bit to get into their style because they are so chatty, but I'm enjoying them. Are they married? I think so. What are the names? Kevin and Ray. And they talk about their little Yorkie Tarquin quite a bit. And so it's been interesting to watch that. And then what am I reading? I have read 4 out of the 5 David Eddings books in the Bulgariad. I think that's about right. I'll type it out so you know. Yeah, I've read 4 and I've gone back and started again because they are so good. I really like them. I can't remember who recommended them to me, but I'm so glad she did, because they're YA, and they're magic and sorcery, and I don't know. I really connect. I really enjoy them. Like 5 stars, obviously, if I'm going back to the beginning of book 4. And yeah, you know, when I first read Wheel of Time books, I enjoyed my kids, as I like to call them, but those books are just so big and there's so many characters and there's so much going on, and this is like, it is the hero's journey, and it's like a fellowship and they go off and they're doing their thing, but it's 7 characters to keep track of, and the map is pretty condensed and you can tell where they're going, so I really like it. Yeah, I think that's it. Steve and I have still been watching Critical Role together, which is another podcast type of thing, and yeah, we enjoy that. It's something we can have fun in the background when we're doing something, and if, like, I'll be knitting and he'll be doing something on the computer, and if one of us kind of zones out, the other one will be like, no, this is what happened, and we catch each other up. So we've been enjoying watching that together, and that's about it. Yeah, so still quarantined here in New Hampshire. We did quarantine with my parents, right? They're at their house, we're at our house, but we interact so much between the 2 families that we just called it, okay, we're in our bubble, the 6 of us. And yeah, so we're planning to have Christmas with them as usual, which is, you know, go to their house and sleep over, even though it's 3 miles down the road, sleep over for 3 days, and open presents and take naps and eat yummy food. Oh, we haven't meal planned yet. We gotta do that. So that's it. My legs are going to sleep. So, in case I don't talk to you again until after Christmas, which is more than likely, I'm just gonna say Happy Holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Kwanzaa, Feliz Navidad. Hope you're doing well. Take care. No, it was on your table, on your desk. Last time I. Hey, Zimmy. Needles at the ready. Have fun. Tiny. Okay, Tiny. Back to class. Roses and thorns time. So.